Hello, I'm Hyun back from Chosun University, and I'm going to give a brief talk on research ethics, responsible future scientists. It's an honor to have the opportunity to deliver this talk to the future scientists. My talk includes these 5 contents. Becoming scientists is a thrilling journey filled with excitement. It also means that as a future scientist, you can make a meaningful contribution to the world. In the book, Beyond the Known, subtitled How Exploration Creates the Modern World and Will Take Us to the Stars, the author, Mr. Andrew Leder, discussed why people have engaged in exploration and value it holds. My favorite part of this book is where it states what people have learned from history of exploration is that amazing things happen when we attempt to do what no one has ever done before. It speaks to the remarkable ability we possess to accomplish astonishing things. The Nobel Prize is an award given to individuals who have made significant contributions and devoted themselves to benefit humanity, providing the greatest benefit to our society. It is a way of expressing, respecting, and gratitude to scientists and scientific research that have achieved something meaningful for our society. On October 4th, in 1957, the former Soviet Union launched the world's first artificial Earth satellite. It was a historical milestone in a scientific advancement that challenges exploration beyond the Earth and marked another beginning. On July 20th, 1969, a monumental moment in human history unfolded as the United States Apollo 11 mission successfully landed on the moon. This event marked humanity's first steps on the lunar surface. As Neil Armstrong, the mission's commander, began his descent down the lunar module ladder, he famously proclaimed, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." The quote has since become iconic, symbolizing the incredible achievement of the Apollo 11 mission and the broader effort of space exploration. Armstrong's words encapsulate the collective achievement and aspiration of not just a nation, but of humanity as a whole, stepping into a new era of space exploration and scientific discovery. We are currently the era often referred to as a new space, which is characterized by significant involvement of private companies in space exploration. In 2021, Virgin Galactic, a prominent global company, made a stride in initiating commercial space travel. Similarly, Blue Origin, another influential global company, is pursuing its own unique approach to space travel, different from Virgin Galactic's method. It may be a bit of a pipe dream, but space tourism developers hope to create revolutionary space hotel by 2027. The space elevator is an elevator system constructed between the Earth's base and a stationary orbital base, connected by cable to facilitate the transportation of materials and people. Scientists and stakeholders are working toward the vision of installing a space elevator to deliver supplies to space station more efficiently and safely. The movie October Sky is based on true story of Herman Hackman. It tells the story of how Herman, after seeing the launch of the first artificial satellite Sputnik by the former Soviet Union, built a rocket with his high school friends and participated in a national science fair competition. One of my favorite lines from the movie is when Homer convinced his friend to build a rocket together and go to the national science fair. His friend Adele asked what the chances were win the national science fair. To Homer's response of 1 in a million, Adele says, "That good? Aha, scientists are courageous explorers who take on in a million Earths, and you are the future scientist joining their ring." Research ethics is the essential set of principles that scientists should be adhered in order to conduct responsible research and at the same time protect research themselves. Research integrity is at the heart of the research ethics. Research ethics encompass the truthfulness in science research, ethical consideration in research subject or methods, fair allocation of credit among researchers, the social responsibility of scientists, and the democratic culture within research labs. A research integrity signifies that throughout the research process, unintentional error due to negligence or misinformation are avoided, and deliberate misconduct include fabrication, falsification, or plagiarism is not present, ensuring objectivity and accuracy. Research ethics in science is closely associated with the characteristic of scientific research. Let me highlight some key aspects of scientific research. Scientific experiment is typically conducted with a controlled environment, such as laboratory where research can grow as valuable colleagues. However, interpersonal dynamics can sometimes lead to conflicts. The diversity in experiment, measurement method, and equipment used in scientific research require solid understanding of their usage of principle. Raw data delivered from various experiments and methods must be presented in form of that is easy to integrate, process, understand, and convince for researchers. Collaborative research can lead to conflict over the research process or outcomes, sometimes accumulating in research misconduct that can undermine the integrity of the research. Science research often leads to publication, economic values through patent or technology transfer. In the case of publication, conflict may arise among multiple researchers regarding authorship, order, and inclusion. Research involves a human subject requires IRB approval, and research involving animals must adhere to instructional animal experimentation guidelines. Researchers must approve such research with a deep respect for life and ensure that no harm or neglect befalls living beings. Furthermore, researchers should be cautious in managing research funds, as large-scale research projects may leave room for mismanagement. Efforts should also be made to maintain research integrity through meticulous record keeping, such as research note. Among the ethical principles in scientific research, the following are some key elements. Honest. Researchers maintain honesty throughout all stages of research, ensuring objectivity impartially and truthfully. They do not manipulate or distort data or research result. Carefulness. Researchers exercise diligence in research, minimizing errors in process of research execution and result presentation. They work to minimize experimental, methodological, and human efforts and make efforts to avoid self-delusion, bias, and conflict of interest. Openness. Researchers are open to share data, result, method, idea, technical skills, and more related to their research. They allow to securitize their work, encouraging criticism and openness to new ideas. Freedom. Researchers have freedom to conduct research, question outdated ideas, and pursue new ones. They are allowed the freedom to explore and innovate. Credit. Credit is attributed only to those who have made substantial contribution to research. Researchers who receive the credit should also bear responsibility for it. Social responsibility. Researchers are obligated to conduct social valuable research and have a duty to expose such research. They must also comply with various regulations related to the use of hazardous material, human and animal exploitation, waste disposal, research fund management, and copyright, patent, and more. Non-discrimination. Researchers should not discriminate against colleagues based on factors such as race, gender, nationality, or age that are unrelated to research capability. Mutual respect. Researchers are respect each other, build relations based on collaboration and trust. Avoid causing physical or psychological harm to fellow researchers. Respect personal privacy. and refrain from interfering with each other's experiments and research results. Efficiency. Researchers use research efficiently, do not infringe on human rights or diagnate when using human as a subject, and exercise appropriate diagnate and caution when using animals as a research subject. Education. Researchers train aspiring researchers can help them learn how to conduct good research. Even in the case of a famous scientist, there are instances where research ethics were not strict adhered to. For instance, Newton continuously adjusts initial values to obtain the desired data, potentially altering them to match what he expected or hoped for. He frequently tweaked calculation variables like the Earth's equational slope and density, ultimately make his theoretical value aligned with the observed one. Newton's exceptional mathematical skills, combined with the fact that his contemporaries could not detect this, led to a prolonged delay in uncovering this practice. Mendel's experimental data so matched his theory value remarkably perfectly, leading exercise to speculate that Mendel either ignored or manipulated experimental results that did not align with his theory. While theory was validated, the experimental method have not been universally accepted. Millikan measured the element unit of charge and published his findings, but selectively published only 58 out of 140 data points to obtain desired result. As time changed, there is a growing demand for stricter ethical standards to protect scientists and ensure the credibility of research results. Due to the distinct role that science and technology play in modern society, the social responsibility and role of scientists have become even more crucial. When discussing the social responsibility of science, two scientists are frequently mentioned: the story of Dr. Haber and Dr. Haber. Dr. Franz Haber conducted research on the Haber-Bosch process, enabled the production of nitrogen fertilizer, and greatly contributing to solve food shortage. For his achievement, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1918. During World War I, Dr. Franz Haber developed lethal chemical weapon for his homeland, Germany. On the other hand, Dr. Clara Haber, his wife, vehemently opposes his husband Franz Haber's unscientific actions and tragically took her own life. Due to the significant impact of scientific research, society demands greater social responsibility from scientists. The Heaven Project is a research project related to head transplantation surgery. The term Heaven Project is derived from abbreviation, the Head Anastomosis Venture Project. Researchers must evaluate this research from the perspective of the scientist's responsibility to determine if it is beneficial for human society. Ethical consideration in research also include protection of life forms and research subject. In conducting research involving human subject, it is essential to thoroughly explain potential side effects to the participant. Additionally, extra care must be taken when the research involves children, individuals with mental disabilities, or any subject who may have difficulty making rational decisions on their own. After World War II, a pharmaceutical company in the United States developed new drugs and conducted clinical trials on subjects. These subjects often volunteered for experiment more readily than general population, motivated by the perspective of comfortable confinement, early release, or financial compensation. This situation raised ethical concern. Currently, research involving human subject is subject to reviewed by the Institutional Review Board IRB for ethical consideration. Research ethics aims to protect individual scientists and their research. I will briefly mention a few precautions that scientists should take when writing research reports or papers. Scientific misconduct can be briefly categorized these three types. Fabrication involves creating or reporting non-existent data or research result. Falsification entails altering or deleting data or research result, and manipulating material, equipment, processes, or other aspects related to their research in a deceptive manner. Plagiarism refers to using someone else's idea, research process, result without proper citation or attribution. Plagiarism includes not providing proper attribution when using others' work, presenting someone else's work as own work, and falsify representing own past research as a new result. The Pugwash please commit a student or young professional to always keep in mind the ethical ramifications and outcomes of their action and decision throughout their career. The Russell-Einstein Manifesto was issued in London on July 9, 1955 by Russell and Einstein. Since then, scientists have taken it upon themselves to use science to maintain world peace and uphold research ethics. In the Pugwash Scientist Earth, scientists commit to conducting research that contribute to the advancement of human civilization and to conduct responsible scientific research. Scientists are working diligently and elegantly for the progress of human society. And you all are the wonderful scientists of the future. Thank you.